Okay, I want to welcome you all to my Garden Dreams for 2020 video. I'm going to go over the seeds and plants and stuff that I hope to be doing this year. For me, gardening always starts the 1st of January. That's usually when I sit down, go through the catalogs, and start picking out the seeds that I'm going to try that year. This year, actually, I did it on Christmas Day. I was a bit in a hurry. So anyhow, I've made my orders. I've got in my seeds. I've got a couple of back orders I'm waiting for, but for the most part, I got everything that I'm going to be using this year. Now, there's also not just these seeds, but seeds I have left over from last year, and seeds from which I got from friends that gifted them to me. So the way my gardening year usually goes is I order my seeds by the 1st of January, or on the 1st or 2nd, and then I get them in. And then in February, you see, I'm starting to plant in my mind and on paper where in the garden they will actually go, each type, you know, tomatoes here and bell peppers there and what have you. But in February, I will start trimming the fruit trees. And I'll also do some of the ornamental trees, but primarily I'm worried about the fruit trees, getting those done in February. I've always done them in February. I imagine any time between November and March, especially where we live here. And then after I get done with that, then I will concentrate on getting the greenhouse up by the end of February, because the 1st of March is when I start my seeds in the greenhouse, tomatoes, bell peppers, that kind of stuff. All my summer stuff. Now, I will be trying a lot of different varieties of the same thing. In other words, well, when I show you here that what seeds I have, like tomatoes, I'll be trying 4 or 5 different tomatoes. For herbs, though, I'll be trying the parsley. You see here I've got triple curled and dark green parsley. See which one does better here. I'll be doing some mammoth basil and some Italian large leaf basil to see which one does here. I had real good luck with the Italian oregano last year, so we'll be doing that. Spinach, I'm doing plain spinach, but I also have a spinach here, which is a New Zealand spinach. It's kind of supposed to be annual in some areas, so I'm going to try it here and see what it does here. I'm doing a golden beet. We like beets, but we don't like the red staining everywhere, so we'll be doing golden beets and some red also from last year's seeds. Cabbage does real good here. I can grow this all summer here, actually. I'm in a zone 5/6 at 6,500 feet in New Mexico, so we're kind of a cool weather. Eggplant I'm going to try for the first time this year. Squashes, we're going to try a spaghetti as a summer or winter squash. I'm trying 2 types of zucchini, the gray, which is very popular here, what we call a Mexican squash, and then the black beauty, which is highly recommended by Luke at MI Gardener. Cucumbers, we like the yard long. We actually prefer and like the British style, long, narrow, burpless, but I've yet to find something that grows real good here. We don't get real hot. I have my picklers. Last year I did the National Standard, I think they were called, but they curled. I didn't get these nice straight, so I'm trying a different pickler this year. I've got a Space Master 80 for straight. I've also got some from last year that did real good, called a Slicer, and so I'll be planting some of those. Peppers, this is actually, it's one of the few hybrids that I'm growing, but this pepper called New Ace is supposed to be quite a prolific producer, and its hybrid was for the production, not for the pest control, so I'm willing to give that a bit of a try. We got some Hungarian yellow wax, which are supposed to be mild. Unless you turn them red, then they get hot. We're going to try those. And then these jalapenos, which, being in New Mexico, obviously we eat a lot of chilies and a lot of jalapenos, and Luke says these really produce a lot, so we're going to try that. This will be the first melon I've ever tried here. We're just going to try a cantaloupe and see how that works. And then you get to tomatoes. Now, who doesn't do a lot of tomatoes? I mean, if you look at all of these, tomatoes here that we do. And this is just trying different ones. Last year I was not very happy. We did Moscows. Those didn't do very good. My Brandywine didn't even produce a single ripe one. They produce a couple of green ones, but it was so late in the season they weren't going to produce a ripe one. So I have a short season, so I'm trying different things that are for short season, plus the tomatillo, which is popular here in our green salsas and what have you. And then this one here, Seeds and Such, sent me as a free gift. Now I'm going to do some research on those before I plant those. And then, like I said, I have other ones from that I did last year, and I'll do a video later in the year on everything that I did plant, and you know, the normal video how well it did. We don't have the room to do livestock. We are strictly a plant-based homestead. However, we do run chickens. We do have room for them, and quite frankly, I run them right over my lateral lines because I don't want to grow anything over my lateral lines. So it's a good place for me to put my chickens and utilize that ground. Otherwise, the ground's a waste. So I'm trying to utilize every inch of this ground I can. I'm in the process of taking all the trees out that aren't producing food for us, except I have two beautiful pine trees, and they're going to stay because I just like them. Now, you notice most of my seeds are from M.I. Gardner, and I do have, you know, I choose those for a reason. I know Baker Creek is another very popular one, and I feel would probably be a very good company to go through, but they're based out of Missouri and California, probably zones 7 and 8, where M.I. Gardner is in Michigan, which is probably a zone 5, 6. So these guys' zone actually matches mine, and so I feel more confident, you know, using seeds that are recommended from a company that actually lives in the same climate that I live in. And that's the only reason I'm doing them and not Baker Creek. It's not that I have anything against Baker Creek. I think they're probably a fine company. They do a lot of great donations, and I applaud their business ethics. But for me, I just feel like the M.I. Gardner would be more in tune with what I'm doing here. On top of all of these seeds, I have ordered some trees and shrubs, and I'm going to read you off the list of what I have. Now, these will come in probably in March and April for me to plant because they've already been ordered. I ordered 2 pear trees, 2 plum trees, 2 Concord grapevines, 2 Thompson grapevines, 2 elderberry bushes, another gooseberry. I already have 2 in. I got 2 black currants and 2 red currant bushes that we ordered. I got 1 fig tree on order, and then I've ordered strawberries, which has been my nemesis. I can't get strawberries to do anything here. I will. I'll find one that likes it here. And so that's pretty much what I'm going to be putting in the ground for 2020. I'm going to have to do some more beds. Every year I keep adding beds because I just have so much energy and do as much as I can until both my energy and my finances run out. And then as every year goes on, we are eventually going to build us a food forest, but it just takes time. And that should be my 2020 garden dreams. And I'd sure like to see what everybody else has as planned for their gardens this year. If you get a chance, you can put out a video. I'd enjoy watching it. And thank you for watching mine. Have a nice day.